Fresh out the box.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box. I'm the Board Game Guru, Game Master Extraordinaire, and today, today we're playing Fantasy Age from Green Ronin Publishing.
But it's not just Fantasy Age, it's Fantasy Age 2nd edition, and you can get yours now. There's some kind of fresh out the box code you can use to save some money, and we get some money.
Fresh Out the Box.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It's really easy to read.
But it's me, Casualty CDG, and I'm the co-host of this show and every other show. It's good to see you again. Thank you for showing up to all of my shows. I'll be reprising my role as the Dwarven Crossbow Assassin, Cedric the Appraiser of Koath, and I apologize in advance for my wandering accent. I still haven't figured out how this guy talks yet.
Properly. I am the friendliest person here who never insults anyone else at any time. I'm A.D. Springer, also known as Corbinian, and I shall be reprising my role as Harzar Steelflame, the Drakish Orcish envoy from the Nagami tribe.
Hey folks, it is me, Aaron Bombier. I do the thing, I design the games, and I talk on podcasts sometimes. That'll happen with Adventure Sling Productions, but otherwise, I'm here tonight for third stage Fantasy Age playing Temo Pab, Harzar's bodyguard and carrier of some sort of demonic stone.
Very, very true. Yeah, so where we last left off, you were leaving the Bevan Township. You were heading towards the river to head to the Grand Bazaar, which is the largest city in Shoal, the capital of Shoal. It is a city on the lake, and from that lake, the lake is a travel hub which you can take to get to the Crimson Steeps, where you think there are further answers to this plague and the corruption that you are investigating Hazar. On your way there, you encountered a horse horde of heinous soldiers. That's a tongue twister. You were able to go amicably on your way, and no issues there. You made a acquaintance of Suma and Haka, the two heinous soldiers that you spoke with. Well, you met Suma. Haka was the general that you were given that you can speak with if you want to further do diplomatic relations with these people. But then you continue on your way, following the river. You were stopped in your tracks when you saw up ahead a large, looming, heavy, tattooed giant near an overturned cart. seemingly thrashing about, smashing stuff. Sort of aimlessly wandering. Doesn't really seem like he has much direction. But that's where we left off. We'll pick it back up with you guys.
I recall our dwarven friend was hiding out somewhere.
Hiding in the reeds by the river.
Our merchant friend was staying well the hell away from this.
Yes, you are traveling with Wilfred Augustus Klemp and his gunslinger bodyguard Gus Burns.
My bodyguard was hating my choices in life because I make this job ever so easy. And I believe I had gotten the giant to come over and say hi.
Oh, did you go to get his attention?
Yeah, I remember waving him down and calling out to him.
Right. I forgot that. Yeah, he'll look around.
He even ran at him with a face covered in blood and ran straight up to him.
Oh yeah. That's right. Because he was eating a horse.
Oh crap!
He runs up to you, and he comes up short. And he's like, and he starts speaking a language that I doubt you understand. But he starts saying stuff. God damn it! I keep closing like all my windows. I don't know how I'm doing it, guys. It's talent. But yeah.
Does this giant speak Dwarven by any chance? Is he just coming out here fluent in Dwarven?
He's not currently speaking Dwarven. You might recognize it at the very least. He's definitely speaking giant.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a big. If I told everybody that's kind of like slap me in the head, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, it is kind of obvious, but hey guys, you do recognize it a little bit.
All right.
But he's going to he'll say some words. Nah, Kradna. Ooh, and he'll poke you with the giant like tree trunk that he's carrying as a club. He's gonna poke you. You'll probably fall over.
Yeah. I'll pick myself back
up.
At
that he'll laugh.
I sort of step up in not really aggressive, but in front of Harzar.
Shielding.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll look at you and smile. Girgenhofen.
Do you speak the common tongue, big one?
He'll spit, and he'll keep speaking in giant. He'll start making hand gestures to try to get you to understand him.
Make sure I actually get this. I think I do.
Doesn't mean he doesn't know any, but he doesn't know a lot if he does.
And I started speaking the guttural tongue of Orcish. Do you know Orc?
He twists his head at you. Like, he seems more confused now.
I doubt it.
You are small, he'll say.
I'm Harzar.
He'll look at you. Taste good?
I don't think so.
He'll look at Temo. Goat taste good. And he's sort of hunched over looking at you two. Like, he's sort of like on your level a little bit. His breath is terrible.
You know Hain?
He gets immediately hostile. Like he stands up and looks at you. Hain, die. And he'll smash his trunk into the ground.
You're from north. The
Mardane.
No, I'm purposely trying to get him to say it.
He'll say a different word. He doesn't say Mardane. That's not what he calls it.
Nagami. Actually, I hold my sash. Nagami. From the valley. I point in the general direction of the Valley of the Stars.
Krug. And he'll say a couple other words in his guttural language. Every time he talks, he booms like your insides. He's approximately 10 feet tall. And it's a safe bet, I would say, conservative estimate, like 600, 700 pounds.
I'm going to try to, in this halting way, ask him to let us pass along the river. We're just trying. Me and my friends are just trying to get by. But like, I imagine this turns into a very halting, very slow. Because I have to speak very simple common for him to understand what I'm talking about. Because his
communication check.
Persuasion.
It's not bad.
17.
Why let you pass? Maybe tastes good. Maybe fun. What are you doing during this, Temo? How are you standing?
Like tents, ready for things to go south.
What's your stance?
Especially after the tree trunk slam.
Yeah.
After the tree trunk slam, one of her hand axes was drawn. You draw it a little faster.
With your gemmed hand or your non-gemmed hand?
My gemmed hand.
Okay.
That'd be this one.
You're holding your axe. He'll look at you kind of amused.
When things don't get violent after that, I do kind of relax a little bit. It's still very tense.
He'll lay his tree trunk on the ground and sit on it like a chair.
And then I'll holster the throwing axe.
You want to pass? I no hungry.
Oh. We can pass?
Yes. I mean, you rolled high enough. He understands,
Yeah.
and you're right. He did just eat. He's not hungry. You may pass.
Got nothing to give him. Thank you. Name again?
Krug.
Grug.
Krug with a K. I'll be looking at you guys. Have any obvious like stuff on you that like might appeal to him? Because he might ask for it.
I have like my spear, pots and pans, my camping gear. My gun is hidden in my tattoo, so
Yeah, he wouldn't want.
I'm more worried about when the merchant comes forward. I think he has a tasty little donkey.
He does have a tasty little donkey.
Besides that, I don't think we're wearing a lot of tasty stuff or carrying a lot of tasty stuff
You guys
this time around.
don't have a lot obvious now. It's fair. I mean, he does say that you two can pass. You may
He would
go.
have caught us traveling last time too. We had that deer over our back, so that could have been trouble. But
yeah.
we're lucky this time.
I travel with 2 men and a dwarf. Can they pass too?
Tim, are you trying to conceal your gem by any means? Do you care? You don't care?
No, yeah, I'm not really paying attention to it right now.
Where are they?
Hiding behind me. You're very scary.
He'll look past you. I don't like. It's hard for me to talk like that. Hiding. Angry.
You're big and strong. Some people fear that.
Fear.
I respect it.
Fear. Weak.
I shrug.
Bring friend. Me see.
Hey, if you two want to pass, you're going to want to come closer. He's not going to let you go by if you're not with me. So
This seems like a great time to use their approach as a chance for me to sneak around and reposition. I might just start heading down the river.
Do a sneaky
and,
boy.
Use this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to avoid this.
yeah, that's why I didn't call you out.
You have no reason to think that he would be happy to see a dwarf.
Looking for a sneaky boy. I only rolled a 10 with 1 stunt point.
It's not
However,
weird.
However, at the end of last session, I believe we were granted a little boon right before it all went down.
Yeah, you got a lot
That I
last
was
session.
not able to cash in. Yeah. So I'd like to just re-roll 1. I'll use my 1 boon. I'm not gonna like bank a dozen from last game, but
Yeah.
thank you, Avenging Penguin. Let me re-roll this 1 here.
Every boon we've ever gained across multiple games, they all get saved.
That's much better.
That's a 5. That's exactly what I was looking for, because if that's a pass, I also get 5 stunty boys.
It is a pass.
Yes, great news. I will look at stunty boys and get back to you. I'll look at infiltration
Absolutely.
or general and let you know.
You sneak past them. Wilfred and Gus approach. The giant does seem interested in the donkey. You see him like rub his belly.
Donkey has like stuff on him and junk, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's packed.
I look at Wilfred and go, "You have any food you can give him? Because I think he's about to ask for your donkey for payment. I imagine you need it, so."
He'll sigh. Yes. Well, and he'll produce like a cured meat. He'll give it to you. He'll like start to head towards the giant with it, and he'll stop. He'll look at you and he'll hand it to you. Then he'll back away. It's kind of fancy meat.
I'll hold it up, like my hands flat, like I'm feeding a friggin' giraffe. And be like, his payment to let him and his friend go by, so you don't eat his donkey.
He'll be nodding, smiling. Good. I like. And he'll reach. And he'll pick it up. I guess it'd probably be about a fistful for him. And he'll just scarf it. He'll chew it. And while he's doing it, Wilfred looks dismayed. Oh, he's not even savoring it. Oh, every bite, it's like he's being stabbed. Like, oh.
That's a prime cut of meat that I spent gold on, you ass.
It is. It's like an aid. It's like a prosciutto. It's like fancy meat. Yes. He'll eat
I will
it.
try to look for our dwarven friend, and I'll try to see if I see him, because I don't see him come out of hiding. So
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
You had to beat a 15
Nope.
or a 16 or something. Yeah.
I got 10.
You don't see him anywhere. No idea. But now that you guys are all up close to the giant, you can see him a lot better now. He's wearing hides around his waist. He's shirtless. He's covered in tattoos. They're all bright red tattoos. His skin is lighter. maybe like slightly tan. It seems like he's outside a lot, but his tattoos are bright red. They cover his whole body. His hair and beard are also a shock of red.
Does it look like there's a lot of... Like, can I tell that there's a lot of tall reeds or tall grass that someone could be sneaking by us in?
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay. Oh. Well, I was going to say my dwarf friend was going to come, but I think he must have run away. So... I guess we're the only ones passing.
Dwarf's coward. And he'll thump his chest.
Haven't fought them much. Take your word for it.
Me giant kill dwarf.
You giant kill a lot of things.
He'll nod in agreement. He starts looking at Temo with interest suddenly.
Well, time for us to go, and I'll start trying to walk away. Like, no, please don't eat my goat friend. They will bite back. I think goat friend does more than spit. It's acid spit.
You, Kiergenhofen. He can say Kiergenhofen. He knows that word. Which probably means he's killed your people. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. He'll look at you and he'll say words that you might not understand. But he looks at you and he seems confused and he kind of steps out of the way of you a little bit. And he says, Proactor.
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 Does that mean something to me when he says that?
Doesn't mean anything to you immediately, no.
But I notice it.
You do notice that
And
he says that to
remember
you, and you remember it. And it seems that he looks at your hand when he says it.
I'm gonna glance down at my hand and then glance back. Is there anything in his tattoos or general style that might suggest something demonic?
No. It's
Okay.
very tribal. Not so different from tattoos from your homeland that the humans
Okay.
tend to sport. Because technically Mardane and Mardinians and Raven, they're sort of cousins in a way, ancestrally. All that separates you is a sea, and
Gotcha.
humans and others have been traveling the sea for a long time. So, but yeah, he gets out of your way
yeah.
though. He moves, which he did,
And that's
he did not
kinda
do earlier.
weird.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah, and so it's like weird for Temo, but she's gonna like roll with it, take the opportunity for advantage, to
Kill it. No.
get him now, just to keep this feeling of having the upper hand in this situation to keep Harzar safe. If that
Fair
makes
enough.
sense. And I don't say anything. I just kind of I give like an inquisitive kind of squint when he says that. But yeah, that's it.
I had 3 ways that could have gone planned out. So
I'm glad my persuasion roll was worked out.
it was pretty good. It was a good persuasion roll, and he's not a mental titan or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you continue on your way.
Yes.
Um,
Or
I'll probably start slowing down a bit and start looking around for our dwarven friend once we're out of eye shot of the giant, because I'm starting to wonder, like, oh crap, where did he go? Hopefully he's following us, but otherwise he might be trapped back. So it's one of those, I don't want to get too far away and have him like accidentally run into the giant.
The
I
giants.
figure I would have never left the immediate area where I could have at least shot.
Yeah, I figured you were shadowing. That's what I assumed.
Yeah, so I'm probably, 60 yards, 180 feet or so away. So as you're looking for me, I'll probably come down out of some hiding place or pop up out of some hiding spot and walk back to the road.
When you leave, the giant's looking around a bit, and as you pass the overturned wagon, you do see dead people. You see 2 dead people, very clearly smashed, like from the waist down.
That sounds like a Shoal problem.
Yeah, they look like merchants or something. They got gianted. So they're cool. This isn't like a fuck you for not killing the giant. This is just
This already happened before.
yeah. This is just the world. This is what it's like. Yep. You guys continue on your way. You meet up with your door friend. You guys have any words? You guys need to talk.
Reminding of your life.
No.
Why do I have a crossbow bolt in me?
Looks like those giants took out a couple of. It's like that giant took out a couple of travelers, and those 2 probably aren't the first.
No, it's probably.
No, no,
I'm
no.
I'm guessing he must be a raider from the Mardinians. Like not an official one per se, but like he probably is reaving down.
Yeah, you don't know if they employ giants or if the giants just sort of follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fight in
These
south. Let's go there.
Road wardens are gonna have their hands full.
You haven't seen one yet.
That is true. Unless it's Harzar's decision, though, it's none of my business. I have to
Don't
say.
get paid to kill that giant either.
Yeah, I respect. If we were in the valley or near the valley, I'd be more concerned. But it is not my tribe's way to seek conflict, especially as an envoy with roamers. If he challenged us to a fight, I would have accepted it. But that's not my mission.
There's
Never
no
mind.
honor in killing a creature just because it's big, dumb, and slow.
Yeah, if that were true, there'd be a lot of orcs I'd killed by now.
Ha.
Some of those tribes are really stupid. Nothing to comment though. We're all very smart.
Sure.
But you continue on your way. You can see the river. You just follow the river. Is that your plan?
Yeah, because that's probably the way Wilford Brimley wants us to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he knows that's the right way to go.
For a second, I forgot you guys had like a guide.
And there were ships that were sailing the river, but they were further west. So there might be an opportunity or a moment for us to hop aboard one, sneak aboard one, something. Maybe pick
Like
up
try to wave one down.
Yeah, there may be an option here for us to get a boat, even though we're not at the boat stand.
Yeah, it's possible that. Yeah, I had something absolutely planned for you guys. But he will.
Cool.
He will point out, Wilford. We are still a few days out. I'm starting to get a little worried here. With we've seen Hain and the Mardinians now. It's I would hate to get caught up in their mess before we reach the market.
Says the arms merchant. I would think you would see it as a booming business.
They aren't shooting anyone, so
Yeah, that's true.
I supply people. I don't supply armies. At least not yet. But it's one thing to sell them. It's another thing to be there when they're going off. You know.
How can you truly appreciate the powder and smoke if it isn't a light and flashing? You're like a blacksmith who never sees the gleam of a sword. Well, a sword merchant, not so much a blacksmith. You're not an
I
armorer.
gotta say, if you like the smell of gunpowder, you would love it in a dwarven mine. There's nowhere for the air to go, so you get to smell the gunpowder from last week, yesterday, and today. It's wonderful. The layers of the potent aroma of gunpowder.
Don't think I can forsake the stars and sun or the moon.
I would live
Aren't you afraid it's just going to pick you up one day and launch you into that vast darkness? So much out there is unknown. I prefer to keep a whole wall of stone between me and the sky. Just like you would from every other direction.
Do you flinch at shadows sometimes when they go overhead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't like this guy. Yeah, it's usually I probably walk with my head down just because I don't like looking at all that sky.
Yeah. Yeah, birds fly overhead. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, a bird. Ugh, that's a weird creature hidden in.
It might as well be a dragon to you. Yeah. You'll continue on your way for another couple hours, but eventually you will come on a building off the river.
What kind of building?
Gary, no.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I did it. My bad. Nobody does what I said.
I didn't.
No
one did anything.
one says anything. You see a building on the river with a small dock protruding from a small boathouse.
Oh.
It looks old and kind of decrepit.
Like just a little wooden or stone shack that's just kind of
Wood.
rotten there.
Yeah, rotten
Wooden?
wood shack, yeah.
It's not mud.
The quality of that shack. If we find a boat in that shack that matches that quality, we're all gonna die. We can't fit a donkey on a boat of that quality.
Oh. Well, for this many people, we need a proper riverboat or a barge.
Unless there's a brand new riverboat just waiting in there ready to go, I think we're gonna be out of luck with whatever's inside that shed. But I suppose it's worth taking a look.
Yeah, we should look and see what's in there. There might be just some riverboatmen taking a rest. Or if we're lucky, it might be a banner. Hey?
If anybody, looks like
Yeah.
it might be abandoned. All right.
What time of day is it when we find the shack?
Because yeah, I guess the sun would be setting soon. You have like another hour and a half of daylight probably.
If there's no one there, we could probably just use it for shelter, if nothing else.
You do not see anybody there.
Even if it's a waste of time, I think it's worth like tactically walking around this building, making looking through the windows, making sure line of sight there's nobody in there, around there through the cracks. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go around the perimeter of the building and just scope it out, make sure everything looks safe enough.
Absolutely. Let me describe it better. So it's on like sort of an offshoot of the river. So like the water around it's still. It's a good place to put a dock. It's very overgrown with reeds. It's kind of hard to see things there because it looks very dilapidated. It looks like no one's used this place in a while. Or if they have, they haven't been upkeeping it in any way. But yeah, you'll do your due diligence. You'll look around. You don't see anybody. You don't see anything. No sign.
Cool. I'll signal the Kerriganhofen that you can go ahead and go through the door. Everything looks clear on me.
You can see signs that maybe it has been used, but not like within the past week, at least.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna bump that door open and take a look.
You bust the door open. It's not hard. It's not locked or anything. You just pop in. Weapons drawn. You look around. There's a couple like workbenches. There is a boat that is like pulleyed to the ceiling with a tarp over it. There is open water that you can set the boat down in. You'd have to move the boat first though. The boat's dry, like over just the space right now. Other than that, there's like various knickknacks. There's like a fishing pole in the corner. Looks kind of old, but it might be usable. There are some dusty, moldy books. Maybe ledgers. You're not sure. There's a various sprawling of rusted tools on a bench. Maybe a couple old jars with some putrid food in them. And just a few barrels. You're not sure what's in them.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good sized space. All of you could lay down in here together without being elbow to elbow. You got some space. It's a pretty good sized little house. But it's clearly not meant for living. It's just
Boathouse, yeah.
It's just a boathouse.
Is there any smell of rot or decay in the
It's
room?
very moldy.
Rather than mold.
There is a slight odor. Yeah.
And the boat's over us?
Yes.
I'll look at Temo and go, I'll tap next to my eye, and then I'll gesture at the inside of the boat. And then I produce my musket, and I just kind of step back and point up.
And I'm going to lower the boat enough to peek under the tarp.
You'll lower the
I
boat.
would like to use a searching check to be part of the search once this boat comes down, and I rolled an 18 with 5 stunty boys.
Absolutely.
Nice. You're more observant than I too.
We want to really look at it.
It's good. You'll be ready to go. Harzar will be ready with his gun. Gus is going to help you lower the boat. And Wilfred's going to like stand in the corner and kind of be like,
Yeah.
but you lower the boat.
Donkey in between him and the boat.
You
Donkey played by Eddie Murphy.
You lower the boat all the way down. It hits the ground.
Quit hiding behind me, Wilfred.
Who picks up
I'm
the
scared too.
Oh, fucking Eddie Murphy? Okay.
Yeah, that's what Corbinian said. The donkey's played by Eddie Murphy.
Not everybody likes parfaits.
I'm scared. Why are you hiding behind me? He's over there trying to push Wilfred in front. They're just pushing each other in front of each other in the
My
corner.
mouth was open and everything. Yeah, okay. We'll move on. Yeah. Who's ripping the tarp up? Who wants to be the one?
I'll do the pulling of the tarp. so
Ta-da!
that,
You reach.
the rest of them are more.
You grab the tarp. It's kind of musty. It's covered in dust. You fling it to the side. The boat has some stuff in it. It's got like a tackle box. It looks like it was set up for fishing. It has a couple. It looks like it was. It has some trade goods maybe in it in the back. Like a small amount. It's not a very big boat. It's a flat bottom boat. But the part that immediately sticks out to you is there is a dead body, and it is tied up in this thing. It's bound and gagged. It looks to be It looks to be kind of older. It doesn't look to be like fresh or anything. But that's probably what the smell was. It seems to be a man, maybe. It's hard to tell, but an adult male.
It's not what I expected.
We've seen a lot of death today.
When you get closer to the body, it's going to open its eyes and start flailing against its bonds.
Bang.
One of its hands rips out of its ropes, and right as it's starting to go crazy, you shoot it in the head, and it dies.
There is a half moment where Harzard's kind of like, what the hell is that? Pull trigger. Maybe it'll stop moving. Hey, it did. Like he wasn't sure that was gonna work.
All of us lean up like.
Well, it was bound, so I'm just counting it as like a coup de grace kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely didn't. It wasn't gonna win this fight, so I'm just gonna let it play. Oh my!
This is where in an alternate universe, a sillier adventure party went. We cut the ropes off. Like I just shoot the silly thing.
My pet zombie.
Mm-hmm. We're all just waiting, just like staring, like, you're not gonna get us, zombie.
Have another pet. Bring a nymph and a zombie.
Oh
Around.
yes, that'd be awesome.
I'll step out of the cabin and kind of rub my ears because I basically just fired a musket inside of a boathouse, so that was loud. I'll kind of just step outside for a bit, reload my gun, and kind of let the ringing go away.
It's really funny. Before you said that, I was thinking about giving you crap for your gun being so quiet. Because I'm used to guns being shot inside of a cave. The boathouse is comparatively, it's much less loud.
Yeah.
Like, is that it? Is that all your gun does? That's it? That's the only bang it has? You should shoot that thing in a cave. You'll love it.
Gus will join you outside, mostly because he wants to smoke and he didn't want to do it in the boathouse with everybody. But he has a pipe that's strapped to the inside of his cloak, and he'll pull that out. He'll start smoking tobacco.
Can Keon's character go bury this weird dead body after he
Son of a
looks
bitch.
at it?
I did forget he's following you. But yeah,
He probably looked at it.
He'll look at it.
He likes looking at the bodies, and then hopefully he will put it in the ground so we don't have to get dead body juice on us.
Yeah, he'll handle the body for sure. He'll look at it though.
He'll handle it all right.
He'll mention. You don't often see the dead this far south. Very interesting. He's all smiling with his white eyes, and he'll take the body.
I mean, before you go, do you mean that people don't die down here? Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean the living dead.
Ah, right. Makes more sense that way. Thanks.
You're welcome. And he'll stare at you like way too long. Thanks for resubscribing, Jenny. 28 months is a long time, dog.
Yeah, he and I we share that long stare then. He's staring at me, smiling, all happy, and I'm staring at him like, what?
He's going to back away while staring at you.
Shoujo bubbles.
And then he's going to get rid of the body. He does so by lancing its lungs and dumping it unceremoniously into the water.
Oh, man. That's how you get swamp zombies. If you want swamp zombies, that's how you get swamp zombies. This guy must want swamp zombies.
But yeah, you
Probably does.
what are you using your stunties on?
So I was actually going to use my stunties on ready for action. In case that turned into a fight, I was going to be able to use 2 minor actions right at the start of that turn. So I could do the aim and the shadow mark and then go bang. But I didn't have to.
You didn't have to.
I used them. I was ready for action, but so was the Nagame.
Yeah. No problem. You do search the boat. You can find signs. You find a secret compartment in the boat. This is definitely some sort of smuggler's ship. You could tell just by finding the hidden compartment. There's contraband in there. Drugs. There'll be an illicit sort of gray powder in there.
I don't think.
Is this? Where's Nosgleb?
He'll crawl out of your backpack.
Hey, do you recognize this stuff?
You're kidding, right? What's the matter? You never went to college? He'll laugh. He'll touch it. Yes. This is, well, they call it lots of things. The dwarves call it rock dust. But
So it's not one of yours.
No. They call this dead man's chalk.
What a great name.
Thanks. That's me saying thanks, I guess, but through my NPC. Want to give it a shot?
You want a party?
He'll just be sitting there giving
No,
you eyebrows until you like turn him down flat. He's like, all right, dork. He'll just call you a nerd, and then he's gonna like,
Get out of here.
he's gonna go like this, and he'll get all wide-eyed, and he's gonna crawl back in your backpack. You don't know if it can actually affect him, but he definitely did some of it. There's not a lot in here. It's just, it seems like this was some sort of cache. You also find a ledger, Gary, on the boat. There's a small little black book.
A ledger.
Hmm?
I will be investigating this ledger either now or throughout the course of the game, whichever one works better for you.
That's fine. You can look at it. Yeah. You can see the most recent entries. It's definitely in code. Maybe a thief, someone who knows thieves can't. Do you know thieves can't?
I do not. I was just rolling an evaluation check to look it over just to see what there was to see.
You can tell that it's a coded book.
Evaluate. Yeah.
You can definitely tell it's a coded book. You can tell that these are items. You can tell that they are mentioning deliveries and maybe customers. The customers all have their own like symbol, so there's no real way to decipher them, which is very clever on the thief's part. But yeah, you find this little book. It's some sort of smuggler's ledger. Wilfred, oh, look at this. Oh my. Smugglers with a zombie in their boat. I've heard of such things, but I haven't seen it in these parts before.
You don't think they were trying to sell that thing, do you?
I do. There is a ample trade on the black market for the living dead. They often
That sounds like the antithesis of something my organization would like. I'll have to report this back.
They often traffic the dead from Norvia, because in that country you do not need dark magic to make the dead arise. You've heard stories. Everyone's heard stories of Norvia. It is said that the dead walk there, but no one really believes it. You know what I mean? No one really buys it.
You think something from Norvia made its way all the way down here into this river house?
Well, either that or they knew somebody that could create dead. A troubling instance indeed. But definitely the black market. Now he'll say that as he like joins Gus for a smoke on the porch.
Is that not dangerous? You know, like, I mean, all kinds of smuggling in general is dangerous, but these undead are supposed to be like feral.
Oh, very much so. But there are those that can control them, and then there are those that are happy to have them feral.
Couple of follow-up questions. Is this some kind of dead drop that we stumbled on? If so, then someone may be coming here to pick up this boat and that body any second. Or did they decide the danger's not worth it, hoist this thing up and leave? I'm thinking it's more likely to be a dead drop.
Could be a dead drop. Could be that they fled and didn't return. Who knows?
Took a lot of work to put that boat up and all the way back over dry land. They didn't ditch the body and run. They stashed a boat here. Someone's expecting to pick this up.
Perhaps they had no
Someone's
choice.
expecting to have this delivered.
But yeah, perhaps someone is waiting for it.
I'm gonna hold up the ledger and be like, I'll need to figure this out. But someone's waiting for their package.
Mr. Sailor Man, give me a sailor check. You have a boat? You have a boat skill?
You'd be looking for like nautical lore on the intelligence angle, so
That could work.
wow, 17.
It's not bad. So you looking at the boat, you might discover the reason why they left these things here. The boat seems to be damaged. You're not sure if you think it's fixable, but maybe they didn't have the skill to do so. Sometimes I forget to include details because I get excited.
I will stunty boy. Insight. It's basically give myself a bonus to in any attempt to repair it because I know roughly what's wrong. And I will spend. I have 5, so I'll spend another 3 for extra information to try to see if I can glean some sort of additional piece of information related to the boat, like maybe something like who made it, if it's like a boat that doesn't make sense for being here, like it's from somewhere else, like it's not a Shoal boat, it's a Norvanian boat or a Greystone boat. In other words, is this boat the boat for this boathouse, or is this a boat from from this country or from another country? Because everyone has their own weird little quirks about how they do shipbuilding.
Yes.
Building.
So this is a riverboat. It looks more like it was made in Yashane.
Shane?
Yeah.
Not. That's what I was expecting.
Which their waterways do connect here. So
They'd have to go through the bazaar up this way, or they'd go from the inner sea and then through the waterway that way.
yes, one of those two things.
This is a Shanian boat. The prow there is more for. I mean, it's a river boat, so it may have came from their the lakeways and the riverways, or could have gone by inner sea shore. But this is a bit away from home. This boat. I think I can fix it though. I just need to find some wood and hammers. I can probably
from
do something.
Shane does support the theory that this could be in Novia body.
Looking at the
And more-
body, it could. I mean, it has features that could be Norvian. Nothing tells you it's not. It is human.
Wilfred, how far are we from the? If we were to go by boat, roughly how long do you think it would take us to get to the bazaar from here?
Oh, we could get there. I'm sure by tomorrow.
Huh. If I were to smuggle something, either they were smuggling something out from the bazaar, or they're trying to smuggle something into the bazaar. I imagine because if you're gonna sell something for a lot of money, you don't come all the way down to Shoal to do it. If you're like, if you bought it in Shoal, yeah, no, it has to be coming this way. It has to be coming down to us, or down to them rather.
It doesn't. All the signs point to this not being from Shoal.
Well, I was thinking which way it was going. If it was leaving Shoal or coming into Shoal, and it's
Seems like
probably
it's-
coming in. It feels like it's coming in.
It's either coming in or
leaving.
going through. You're not sure.
They made it a long way before their boat started taking on water, and they had to pull it up.
Wow. I'll try to do what I can to fix it, because if we can, Does the boat look like if it's fixed, we could repurpose it? Just
Yeah.
barely, or
You could
even with the donkey?
So it wouldn't be comfortable with the donkey, but yeah, you could definitely get it on board. It's big enough.
All right. Well, everyone else start setting up camp, I guess, while I try to figure out how to fix this.
If the donkey flips shit when you're on the river, it might be bad, but
If it flips shit, it is going into the river. You
Yeah.
can buy a new donkey.
maybe.
I'm not dying for that thing.
Go ahead and give me a check to fix this boat.
It's kind of like a seahorse, except it's a river donkey.
All horses can be seahorses if you push them hard enough. That's not nice to horses.
It's not nice to the ocean either. Have you ever thought about being in the ocean and just having horses just dumped into you? Come on. Have some sympathy for the ocean.
Yeah, everything breaks down in the ocean eventually.
Nah, microplastics.
You remember that guy who had that tiny submarine and he got crushed and died? Oh, fuck.
I do remember.
I would. Would you say this is more intelligence or dexterity?
You're physically doing it. It's dexterity.
That's what I thought. You know what? Cedric. How about, could you help me with this? I kind of know how to do it, but I was never the shipwright. I was more of a runner and organizer than a repairman for the boat.
I'm gonna just stare at you with a blank face, like very unamused, like I think you're playing a joke on me. I'm
No,
from
seriously, what's...
inside- from inside of a mountain in a desert. I don't know how to fix a boat.
It's pretty funny.
For a gold, do you know how to hold a hammer and hit some nails in right?
Was born holding a hammer and hitting nails in right.
I'll flick you a coin and... I'll flick you a gold coin, because like, yeah. This is a silver work, but I really don't want to deal with the boat, because my dex is garbage, and yours is way better than mine.
We'll fix a boat. Let's do it.
I assist him with all my 0 dex. I help.
I do it with my hands while he tells me what to do with his brain.
You do get a +2 because you took that intelligence bonus.
+1.
+1.
That'll make it a 16 with 5 stunty boys.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I'll use the stunty boys to do it. I don't know. We don't necessarily need to do it quickly because we're not leaving tonight anyways. So I'll use them to do it well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's let's see. Just for sake of goodness.
Like maybe it's repaired real well, so it has bonuses because he did a good job.
It does seem like you did a good job. I'm gonna look at the new stunts because they're cool. Let's
I
take a
miss
look.
some of the stunts from The Expanse, specifically the infiltration stunts and things like that.
The Expanse.
It looks like they're not in this book, and they should be. Yeah, The Expanse is dope. I do love the age system, but I also want, like, seriously, just take all of the stunts, take them all, put them on like a 3-page thing. Put them all right there in one spot from all your systems so I can pull from all of your stunts.
That sounds like a splat book to me. Go for it, Green Ronin.
That'd be
Free
cool.
I
idea.
want it.
Yeah, swiftness, no. Let's see, compensate insight, efficiency. We'll say, yeah, I'll let you do efficiency, which you'll make good use of materials, which is important in this. And then, yeah, I'll just make the rest of it quality. So you do repair well. You do your dwarven ancestors proud. The boat's ready?
Suggestion maybe like the first roll, like just the first roll, like the first roll has a boost to the test for the first test.
Yeah, you guys will say that your boat has a boon sitting on it.
Nice.
That's fair.
All right, and
but yeah, the boat's well repaired. It looks seaworthy.
well, river worthy if anything.
Yeah. You guys
When-
are you guys gonna go to sleep? Is that your plan?
Yeah, because it's nighttime now, so and there's no sense going by river at night. Unless you guys really want to rush through the night, but I don't know these. I know the inner sea. I've sailed that, but I haven't done river boating.
Sailing an unfamiliar river at night is probably a terrible idea.
That's how you wreck your boat. What's with that?
I'm not
That's
even
how-
gonna have the boat done in time for that.
Yeah, it takes you a little while.
And since I didn't use my stunt points to do it quickly, I'm just gonna I'll work on it through the night, and everybody can get some rest. But me and you might have to work on it.
Yeah. Like
I'll
probably
sleep over it tomorrow.
taking it down every so often to make sure it's actually not taking on water. Take it back out again, and then fix whatever we missed.
What do you guys eat for tonight?
Oh, I'm munching on rations because I bought some.
Delete some rations.
And I also have
Zombie
rations.
would have been-
So you guys are all gonna tap into your rations for this. Make sure you mark some off. We shall see if it ever matters. But
I started with 7. I haven't had to use it very much, so
yeah, you guys have been hunting a lot. Tonight's a good ration night. Yeah, you guys will go to sleep.
I wouldn't refresh our water in that water over there. I heard legend says there's a dead body in it. So.
There is a dead body.
Also, don't just drink any random river water you find. Please boil it before you do. Public safety
Also,
tips.
this is still water. Also, on top
Mhm.
of that, this isn't even flowing water.
It would be
Oof.
brown and gray.
That's brackish
like,
right here.
There's stuff in it.
You would have to go to the actual river proper to get good water.
Yeah.
Which it's right there, but yeah. Yeah, you will all lay down and sleep through the night. It is a little early, but that's a good place to take our break. So we're gonna go ahead and take our break.
Whoa. I didn't even realize that much time had passed yet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys
Down
had.
at the clock and straight up like, whoa, dang.
Yeah,
what happened?
it's going by quick. It's because it's been. I feel like it's been a pretty fun session so far. So.
Yeah, man.
For you, maybe.
Ouch. We'll be back after this break. Fuck me, I guess. See you guys in a second.
Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box.
Ew, gross. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box. Still playing Fantasy Age. Still from Green Ronin. I'm still Johannanon.
It's me, Casualty CDG, and I'm the co-host of Fresh Out the Box, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and I am the show. No. I'm also full of myself, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm Aaron Bombier. I make games and stuff, but right now I'm Timo Pab, the goat person, bodyguard, Kierkenhoffet warrior.
Nice.
Someone's here to roleplay. Jeez.
You
Role-playing games.
You three, along with your creepy wizard, your merchant companion, and his bodyguard, all awake in the morning. Da, 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 da. The lights come on in through the since you're in a swamp, there's banjo music. It's fun. But yeah, you wake
Medieval
up.
banjo, eh?
The good old banjo. Yeah, You guys wake up. I imagine you're going to try to get the boat out in the water and head on upstream.
Well, first we have to tie up the dwarf, put him in the boat, then put it back up again. Then someone else can find him. It's like, it's pay it forward, right?
Pay it forward.
Take a body, leave a body.
I
Like
thought
in
we
like in a
do it
gas
to the
station.
donkey instead of me, though. Let's just leave it out there. I've got adventuring to do. I don't want to be up there for long.
Well, don't worry, you get to be an undead dwarf that gets the jump at people.
I don't think that's how it works.
It didn't work.
Well,
very
that's how you
well
make
for me.
undead. You put them in boats and hung them up, right? Stuff some corpse dust in there.
Corpse dust.
No.
Corpse chalk. Is
Corpse
what it is.
Chalk. Sorry.
It's corpse check.
Great for hopscotch.
Oh, dead man's dust.
Also, Dead Man's Dust. Yeah, that's a good one.
Dead man's hop. Lose your soul if you lose the game. To answer your question, yes, I think we do when I use the phone.
I can't make you do it. Sometimes it's torture. It's like, all right, someone has to say you open the door now. All right. You guys get the boat out into the water. You drop it down. Everybody hops in. You tie the donkey to it so that it can't walk around. And you guys head on down the river. You open up the doors. They're kind of jammed, but you smash through it. It's not a big deal. You push the boat out of this little inlet out to where the current is, and it immediately takes you. It starts taking you down the river. And for a while, it's pretty peaceful. Not too turbulent. Wilfred will inform you not to expect like too crazy of rapids or anything. It doesn't get too wild. It's a pretty solid river. It's a very wide river. It's perfect for commerce.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you will be heading on down this river, and your plan is to go to the Grand Bazaar, right? That's where you want to go.
Yeah, because we do intend to go further on past that, but we're gonna hit the bazaar first, partly for Wilford's sake and partially for our sake, to see what's going on and get some stuff, learn some things, meet some people.
Absolutely.
I remember there was a place northeast-ish of the bazaar we were gonna look at, where everything started, supposedly.
The Crimson Steeps.
But we're gonna hit the bazaar first.
Hit the bazaar first. You will travel for many hours, just sort of peacefully along the river. Every now and again, you'll see somebody walking, maybe small groups of people here or there, along the riverside. But you don't come up to any other boats. Doesn't mean they're not here, just means maybe you're traveling at the same speed, who knows. Yeah, during this boat travel, does anybody do anything?
I'm gonna try to fish a bit with my harpoon, like as we're just casually trying to harpoon fish every so
Absolutely.
often.
Yeah, we'll call this downtime, because you are able to do stuff.
There was also a mostly usable fishing pole back at the place if you
There
would
was.
have been interested in that.
It's not a great fishing pole,
Oh,
but it is worthy. It's usable.
Well,
It's up to you, man. If you want to stick
oh,
with
no,
that,
I was thinking about bait and stuff.
you can use zombie flesh.
No. I'll stick with my harpoon for a bit. And then what I'll do if someone else wants to fish for a bit, I'll probably chill out with the spear, so I'm not scaring fish away, so people can just fish casually.
Go ahead and give me that fish check. It's definitely dex-based.
Could I bend your ear for accuracy base because I'm throwing?
Oh, accuracy, yeah, accuracy is fine.
Wow, 17, 4 stun points. Not expecting much.
You catch, we'll call it 4 fish. You catch drama dice worth of fish. I'll show everybody at home the roll. The green one's the drama dice. so everybody can see the third one, because everyone's different colors. But yeah, did you choose green?
Yep.
Cool.
Uh,
You all chose your colors. That's cool. What color are your rolls, Temo?
been a bit since
I actually
I
don't.
roll.
Oh, it's like an orange. I think it's the same as Cedric. Let me.
Okay.
And they're both gold, bronze,
Oh yeah, you guys are the same ones.
modern
Yeah,
orange.
mine.
That's what it is.
I wanted mine to look deserty.
It's fair. Now I was just curious. Yeah, you catch 4 fish. Temo, Pap, or Gemfist. Cedric.
I'm
What
gonna have a
downtown?
bedroll over my head most of this day and catch up on some of that sleep I didn't get last night while we were repairing this boat.
You sleep. That's totally valid. And what about you, Temo?
I mostly tend to my weapons and armor. You know, polishing and sharpening the blades and all that fun stuff. There's like holes from the battles we've had, and I'm like patching those with fabrics of cloth and things. And,
Dude, some equipment maintenance.
mhm.
Uh,
And just kind of like ponder the orb every once in a while.
Nas.
Gemstone.
Did I miss something?
Ponder the
Uh,
orb.
Part of the orb just made you laugh. All right, I didn't know if I missed something. Nazglob, he'll crawl up on your shoulder when you're sharpening your weapons, like get them real sharp so you can cut people up. Nice, it's very nice.
I could have used him for bait.
I like to see you try. He'll say.
No, I'm just kidding.
He'll like he'll cower behind her hair. Well, do you enjoy when you hurt people? He's gonna
you
crawl.
asking?
He's gonna crawl around to your other shoulder. Does it make you feel good when they bleed?
You ever danced before? Probably not.
I mean,
Probably never thought of it.
maybe I have. You don't know my life. Now, he'll start.
Battle's like a dance.
He'll start dancing a little bit.
Yeah, there you
he'll
go.
He'll lock
Mhm.
eyes with you. He'll start doing like a little shuffle. The part
And then
that's
I'll,
it's off-putting because he's doing like a modern dance, and you guys have never seen it before. He's doing like a silly he's doing like a TikTok dance.
So flailing, not dancing.
Yeah, he's doing some silly shit right now.
and then I'll say, and then when you dance together, you've got to watch the steps. And I'll do a quick jab and actually like punch him. Like not really hard, but like
He's gonna like fly backwards hit the side of the boat. Ah, that was a dirty trick.
see,
Well done. And
just the dance.
He'll approve of your deception. And then he's gonna crawl. Very dirty trick. Keep it up. And he's gonna climb back in your bag. He's just kind of. I mean, he's an
Finish
imp.
that
He's
up.
gonna constantly trying to corrupt you.
So what we could do, we could tie him in some rope and then trail him behind us, and that will clean him.
I'm not dirty.
Forgot you could have used him as bait.
Oh no, I thought about that, but it would make the harpoon a little
Next
too
time.
heavy.
Gus, whenever Gus sees the imp, he's very uncomfortable about it. And then Wilford, Gus's club, pretends like he never sees it. He just ignores it. He's like, "Whoa, that's weird." Hey, Toyzilla Network, thank you for the raid. What's up, Mr. Kapow?
Welcome
To the show of fresh boxes. All right. You continue traveling down the river. You tend to your stuff. The imp fucks with you. You catch 4 fish, Hazar. Gus will also tend to like his guns. And Augustus is going to feel like he's gonna read like a small little book. He's gonna be reading.
What you reading?
Yeah, you fucker.
Long boat ride.
Well, just reading one of the classics. It's about the undead. It's about a vampire. The first vampire. And his castle.
Oh. Like a legend or
No,
just some tall's tale?
I'm pretty sure it's purely fiction. But you never know. He'll like teasingly like, ooh. He's kind of a silly guy. I don't know. It's hard to take him seriously.
I don't know, Wilfred. In the Nagami's history, every terrible tale we've ever heard turns out to be true.
The vamp thought that they were our first vampire. I guess that's technically true.
That book is it now. It has Sean's face on the cover.
That Sean's face on the cover.
Yeah, like a Nosferatu version of Sean, like, you know, penned out in ancient dark times calligraphy. Yeah, I could see it. It's in my head. It's got the nice little border pattern around it.
Yeah, Sean, what's your Nosferatu name? What do you want this book to be called?
It's
Just let us
super
know.
hard to read Gothic font.
Man,
It is really hard to read Gothic font. I hate
That's
Gothic
the name
font.
That's the name. That's the name of the novel.
It's hard to read Gothic font. That'd be pretty funny. What's up, Crab? Crab's also here.
What's up, Dylan? That's my dude.
It's Dylan. What's up, Dylan? Dylan be chillin'. So he's reading this little book. It's a classic. It's Dracula, but whatever this world's version is. Yeah, the rest of the time will pass pretty calmly. You will see. Ooh, man, what did I just say? Blackmore? Okay.
And it's in Gothic.
It's in Gothic. Yeah, I'm like, what does that say? I can't read it. Okay.
It's in heavy metal font. Thank you very much. If it was completely unreadable, it'd be new metal font.
I guess I'll add a
Then you get
section.
into like black metal where it's just like a splatter or like a aggressive lightning bolt.
There's letters in there somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
Probably
It's a
Swedish.
Jackson Pollock, but it's actually words.
Black.
But you mean not all Jackson Pollock's words?
Dracula book. All right, boom. It's in the lore.
I would love to have a Dracula audiobook narrated by Christopher Walken.
Welcome to my humble abode.
If
Hey,
you're
he's a
gonna
vampire.
stay the night, I would appreciate it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in there. When I come in there, I'm gonna suck your blood. Don't make me come in there and suck your blood.
The audiobook just opens with weapon of choice.
I'm
You
going
can hear him
to-
dancing, but he doesn't say anything for like the whole song. It's really weird opening.
Vamp's typing everything with Gothic font now. I am able to read it though.
You
So.
did boon
I love
him.
that. That is
Yeah, he's
good.
booned. That's just how it's gonna have to be now.
You'll
I had to
only
drop
read-
it for that.
You only read the chat if it's in Gothic font. That'll have to be your rule for fresh out the box.
Ah man.
I can't imagine how much Gothic font is in the Vampire Masquerade streams. I bet everyone types with Gothic font. It's almost like you have to, or else they can't read what you're typing.
That's why I don't know
And for
any.
that matter-
That's true,
red.
actually. Yeah,
why
Dark
that's
red.
true.
That's why I don't know the deep lore of Vampire the Masquerade because it's all written in the margins in Gothic font.
It's true.
It's only if you follow the cam. Anarch's where it's at. Freedom.
Anarchs, whatever. Yeah, hippie. No, I'm just kidding. They
Oh.
played Anarchs. Oh, son of a bitch! I can't read Nordic runes. It's funny though.
Oh shit! I love that.
It's funny. I can. There. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Let me see. Can I change the font? No, I can't. It didn't work. I tried to copy and paste it in a Word and then change the font. It didn't work.
Smart.
I don't know what it says. I'll never know. All right, so you travel down the road, down the river, and it takes most of the day, but the sun's still up when you round the river bend. During this time, you've seen people traveling the road. The closer you get to the Grand Bazaar, the more people you see on the road going to and fro. You catch a wisp of a Hainish patrol, not quite the size of the one you saw before, maybe like 5 horses traveling. They'll stop and look at you for a minute, and then they'll continue on their way. And you'll start to see boat traffic. Both leaving and coming. Like, they'll start catching up to you from behind, and they'll start heading past you on the other side. But at about, I'd say it's like 5, sun's still up, midday here, heading towards the evening, but you will see, the river suddenly opens up into a huge lake. It's gigantic. And as you start sailing across the much calmer waters, you can see up ahead just a massive wooden structure. Just a series of docks, interlocked boats, buildings, all built out here on stilts in the water. And Wilfred will stand up. We're here. The Grand Bazaar waits. It's very large. It's probably bigger than you expected. It's quite the structure to have in the water. And you see a lot of ships coming from the other waterways and all converging here.
So, Wilfred, where do we pull in?
Just pull up to there should be riverboat docks on this side. So just continue on until you find the smaller docks for the smaller vessels.
What, you don't own your own docks parking space?
Me? No, of course not. I am not one of the lords of Shoal. I am merely a merchant for now. He'll say that kind of like what do you call it? Dreamily, I guess. With ambition. Oh, snap crap, thanks for the subscription. Greatly appreciate that, dog. Greatly appreciate. Subscribe with Prime. Don't forget, you can subscribe for free with Prime. Amazon Prime.
Yo, thanks.
Give us that Bezos money. But yeah, we appreciate it. Here you'll pull up to the dock. You'll see there's lots of guards walking around. None of them are wearing metal. You'll notice they're all wearing leather, but it's all dyed a blue color, and it's all trimmed in sort of varying degrees of precious metal colors. So there'll be silvers, coppers, and golds. They seem to depict rank. These are just things you're very quickly picking up. Anything that you're not noticing on your own, Gus or Wilfred will mention. But you'll see all these guards, and they'll pull. There'll be a dock worker that will like throw you a rope and sort of help moor you in, and they'll tie your boat tight to the dock. A man will approach. He'll be a older, bald gentleman. He has like that ring of hair around the side of his head. It's all gray, clean shaven, sort of like an angular face, but kind of like a bulbousy top of the head. He'll be lean, but not overly tall, and he'll be wearing robes that seem to depict some sort of station. They'll be mostly white, but with like purples underneath. Almost like a clergy member, but not. Oh, yes, yes. What is your business here in the Grand Bazaar? Wilfred will, unless you want to speak.
If Wilfred starts talking, I'll let him go.
We are here to trade. We are here to trade. I have my manifest, and he will offer it. He'll offer a written piece of parchment, and they'll look it over. They'll look at what you guys have. Yeah. Wilfred seems to be charming enough. It doesn't warrant much of a look, especially since he is a Shoal merchant. He kind of, he fits in here. And these are my companions. Simply bringing them along for protection on the road during these troubling times. Very well. I will take I'll take my fee, and you can be on your way. And Wilfred will pay it. He'll give him a gold piece.
Cool. Crazy.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's like now leave us alone money. Yeah, it seems like it's like, okay, enough questions, we're done, we're good, we paid you, leave us alone. And so he leaves. The man will stamp. He'll do a wax seal. There's like a little desk nearby, like a little standing desk, and he'll put a seal on this piece of paper, hand it back to Wilfred. All right, everything seems to be in order here. Good day to you. And he'll look at the dwarf with his mark on his face, and he'll look at the Drac, and then he'll look at Temo. He doesn't seem to linger so much on Temo. Kiergenhofen are always around, but your other two, he'll sort of look at you guys, and then he'll walk away. It's kind of rude, like it's slightly rude, but it's just they don't see much. They definitely don't see a lot of dwarves out here on the water, and Drac are just rare in general.
Yeah, plus how many envoys from the valley go this far east?
Yeah, and your tribal garb is a little... It's just different. He just gives you a look because you're different.
Real.
But he doesn't give you any more trouble than that. The guards will watch you guys like leave. Not in any sort of mean way. They're just doing their jobs. But so you're like on a lower dock now. You can take the ramp, get up to the main area. There's also like a ladder that leads to the higher dock where there's a larger ship moored over there.
Is it like a I'm thinking riverboats, but is it? I'm wondering if it's like if they're in that, what tech level of riverboat it is. If it's like a little sailing boat, if it's
They're
a
sailing.
barge sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of steam tech going on. It does exist, but it's not common by any means.
That's what I was checking for. I was like,
if you see one, you'll be like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy."
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
This would be the place to see one, though, right?
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah,
oh, damn, that's
they're
crazy.
here, but that one's just not.
Cool.
Well, Wilfred, we've come here in rather good fashion. It's just a matter of determining. Well, do you have any sort of permanent housing? What's your plan for your wearing and trading? Because I was hoping, in the hopes of hopes, that you may be able to lead us to the place you spoke of. But I didn't want to take you away from the earning of gold and silver, after all.
To the steeps? Well, I'm not quite so sure I want to travel out that way. Those lands are said to be cursed now. You expect him to say more, he stops talking.
Do you know anyone who might give you a decent guide out that way?
Not off the top of my head, but I can see what I can do.
If you could look around for me, I'd mighty appreciate it.
I'll keep my ear to the ground as I apply my trade, for sure. But I think until then, this is adieu, and he'll tip his hat to you, and he'll jiggle his chubby self down the gangplank with his donkey and Gus. Gus will also like nod to you in recognition, but you guys take care of yourselves.
Oh, but Wilfred.
Yes.
I'll walk up to him and kind of gently lay my hand on his shoulder and say, Wilfred, you are a gentleman and a merchant, well-to-do and well-connected, and I am but an envoy. But these two fine folk
Now he'll look at them.
did you quite well, and I think you would be a mark of magnanimity and generosity if you were to see them rewarded for their hard work in keeping you safe.
I see what you're doing. Go ahead and roll. What's that, dwarf?
Might I suggest instead that the good merchant let us keep the boat? We might need it to get out of here.
He'll look at the boat and he'll look at you. I honestly hadn't given it much thought. He'll hand you the docking slip.
Yep, because he got the stamped one. That's exactly right. Hell yeah.
He'll hand it to you. Now we are even. And he'll smile happily.
I kind of just nod. I take the slip and just kind of shrug. You know, being a sailor, it's one of those. Yeah, this is a good deal. Sure,
It is a good deal. Yeah, it's a good deal. It was a smart thing to ask for. So I'm not even gonna make you roll. That was something that he wasn't particularly attached to, anyways.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and let him go.
Until we meet again.
Actually, one last thing. Since you're a local, you know the area. Know a good place to stay for non-shoal that isn't dirt or wet.
He'll look at you guys and be like, "Well, you're not rich, so I would suggest perhaps."
What about my countenance gave you the impression I'm not wealthy?
Are you wealthy?
I walk in gold as well.
Oh my! Well, if you wish to part with some, the Silver Serpent would do you well.
What's their nightly?
Gold.
Well, are we talking fistfuls, singular, wagons full? Like, what are we talking here?
It is expensive. Yes.
What would be the next one down? Let's say I want to be a bit of a penny.
A little cheaper. Okay. The bronze.
I'm not the chief.
No,
I'm an envoy.
Fair enough. He'll put you on the path of the
prison. You're all under arrest.
We'll call it. Man, I don't have a good one off the top of my head. I pulled Silver Serpent out of nowhere. Now I'm tapped out. I'm all out. Here, let me.
That place sounded like the sort of place where you don't ask what the price is, you just pay at the end. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of gold.
Yeah,
like,
I almost
gold.
I almost literally said if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
What about the Forbidden Bugle?
Forbidden Bugle? I don't know, man. It's a weird name for a tavern. All right, I got the open.
That's the really, really cheap one.
I got the tavern name generator open here. I don't like the sound of the young apples, so no.
We're burning down something.
The frightened plate also sounds strange. All right, we're doing this one because it's ridiculous. But you might want to go check out and he'll look at the Kiergenhofen as he says it, and then he'll like look away awkwardly. The Naughty Salmon. It's one of these. It's called the Naughty Salmon. It says it right here. There's a lot of really good ones. The other good one on this page is the Worthless Mustache. It's pretty funny.
The Naughty Salmon. All right, then. Well, think I'll get a discount if I mention your name?
I doubt it.
Would I get a discount with your name anywhere?
I'll think for a minute. It might get you somewhere with the Merchants Guild.
But yeah, no, you can find us there. That's where we'll be staying.
You could find me at the Silver Serpent, and he'll tip his hat to you.
I'll nod at that.
And then he's gonna like slowly start walking away, but like looking at you.
I kind of clap my hands together like I'm about to pull out my musket like I usually do, and I just kind of turn and look at the other two.
He's gonna walk away. The slithery cow was upset.
Although I am enriched by my... Wait, I'm not talking to him anymore. So yeah, I got the gold for my chief and all, but I'd rather not spend it all in a night's stay. Silver Serpent sounds like the sort of place I doubt you, Cedric, would really love all too much, and my pouch would hate it even more.
On the contrary, I started thinking about how much money a place like that might draw in a town like this. If you got a bunch of these wealthy merchants all paying a whole lot of gold to stay there, they're keeping that gold somewhere. And I'm sure they wouldn't mind if they parted ways with some of it.
Well, I'm sure that I would have nothing to do with such a thing, but I really pity anyone who underestimates an enterprising cutpurse.
I'm gonna follow. Walk away. I follow the other guy. I'm gonna go get the lay of this place.
So,
all right, I know where to find you.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Well, Temo, is there a guild house we should check in with for you to make sure you're getting paid? Because we're in a major town now.
There would be a guild house for you.
There probably would be something. Yeah, I was gonna say there probably would be something like that. Yes.
Yeah, we can
Let's
stop
go
by
ahead and
there
do that
before
while
you.
we're here.
Yeah.
Cool.
How does that work for you?
Honestly, I haven't fully thought it out, but I've sort of imagined, like maybe they have like sort of like outposts, kind of like a guild house, basically. You know, where they meet and they can check in and send off info to the council and whatever. You know, those kinds of things.
That's your first stop.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and swing by there. It's been a while. Should probably check in and let them know how the mission's going.
Plus get your pay, if you have pay waiting for you, they might be sitting on it.
Yes, I haven't thought about that out of character, but I imagine that there is probably something like that. Yeah, like a little stipend.
You probably have some sort of badge or card or something you present to say you're a member, or some other item of your membership. I imagine, because it's one of those.
Well, the character have is pretty apparent, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll approach.
The item itself would be the helmet, though. The helmet's the like defining piece.
Yeah. You'll.
How do I know it's your helmet? You know, I can wear it.
You'll start heading through the docks. The docks have like they have like fish markets. They have that kind of stuff. They have some storehouses. There's a lot of that going on. There's several taverns, and you can definitely stay there. But a lot of people sleep in the common room for nothing because they spend all their money drinking. There's
as we're passing along the dock area, I'll actually trade some of my fish with some of the fishmongers there for like dried fish. So I'm not just walking around with like fresh fish all the time.
Okay. Add 4 fish. It's probably more than 4 rations. I'd say it might be 2 apiece. Yeah, go ahead and add 8 to your rations.
Sure. That way I don't have to go through the process of drying it, cutting it, and all that. No, here you go, fresh fish for dried fish. There we go.
They'll trade you. Yeah.
How much did you say? 8, you say?
Yeah, you can get 8. You can get 2 for each.
And I'll tip the guy a silver for the trouble, because I know I'm making them do something.
He'll take it. He'll bite it with his one good tooth. Like, aha! Thank you, Sonny.
Keep yourself fresh. Like wave at him, because I immediately look like for Temo. It's probably I look just as comfortable here at the dock than I did in front of that noble. Well, I seem a lot more familiar with this area. I seem a lot more comfortable here.
You've walked the docks before, yeah.
Like I may even been here once.
It's
Months and months
possible.
ago.
It's possible. This is right off of the sea that you did tend to fare. So, but yeah, the docks. There's a few drunks in the street outside the taverns. Maybe somebody gets into an altercation. You'll see, prostitutes and the like. It's the dock. It's how it rolls. And then you'll start getting past this into the more city proper. You'll start to see living quarters, like apartments and houses. You'll start to see temples to all kinds of different deities. Some of them are mixed houses of worship to sort of like take a whole culture's worth of worship into one building.
Religious Epcot.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's like they worship 12 gods in that country. Let's just put them all in one place. You'll get to a square. It's not the town square, but you'll get to like a plaza. And you'll see your tribe's symbols that mark the mercenary guild house for your people there. Temo? It's across the way. It's not. It's on like the first story of like a 2-story building. There might be places for you to stay up there, should you be inclined to do so. As you approach, there will be there'll be a pigeon outside. We'll say it's one that you recognize. It is Darkwind, that you guys first saw in the very first tavern that you went to when we started playing. If you recall, do you remember? You remember him? Yeah, the black feathered owl man. He'll be there. Oh, hello there. Fancy seeing you again.
Hello.
I knew
Darkwind, right? It's good to see you.
He'll bow. Good to see you as well. Temo Bap, he'll say. And he'll twist his head abruptly towards your Drac companion. And Hazar Steelflame, I believe.
Gotten one.
Thank you. I pride myself on remembering these sorts of things. Well, I won't hold you up. Here is the guild house. I assume this is why you were here.
Yes.
They also always
You send an update.
They always have a room for a traveling pigeon. As
Well, of course.
yours and mine tend to do. We are the wanderers of our people, after all.
Yeah, as it must be, I suppose.
Good to see you again. And he'll bow. And he'll sit in a chair that's out front, and he's like reading a book.
What book? No, I'm just kidding.
It's actually, I know a book. It's an astrology book, if you're interested. Not astrology, astronomy. There you go.
I wasn't, but go ahead. No.
He's reading a book about astronomy.
That's the next plot hook.
You'll enter.
And then we go in.
You'll enter inside. There is a counter with various posters up, very much like a typical Merc counter. There is, you can see a holding cell sort of in like the back room, like around the corner. You can see bars, just in case they need to make use of it. There are stairs on the right that go up to the second floor, and there is a fire pit sort of lit in the middle of the floor in like a stone basin with like benching all the way around, like a circular sort of like, it's very communal style. And then
This is the kind of thing.
This is
Sorry,
what?
just to clarify, this is the kind of setup I would see like at home.
Yeah,
sort of,
it's
right?
very it's
Or-
very homey to you. Yeah, it's very much in the style of your people. Inside, you'll see there's a couple humans in here. You'll see a halfling as well, and then there are other Kirgenhofen here. There's 2 more of your people. There is a sort of a purple furred skiffin in the corner, And then behind the counter, there is actually the first Bjolin that we've seen here. The antlered elk folk that tend to host your council and be in positions of leadership among your people.
I actually nod to that one. If we make like eye contact or whatever,
Yeah, he'll see you come in.
as like respect.
Oh, welcome home. Welcome to the guild house. Come on in and warm up.
Thank you. I'm not sure exactly what the process would be, but just want to inform the council of the mission and of just give them a status update.
They'll take your status update and they'll appreciate your information. They will, he'll give you 5 silver.
Cool.
For the information you provide. You're giving them intel, that kind of thing about your travels, and it is valuable to them. They do use it to help orchestrate things.
Mightn't I ask you your guild for a service?
Of course.
Might you be able to carry any sort of mail or ledger to the Valley of the Star?
Of course.
I don't got the script with me, but just wondering what kind of damage it would be for me to send it some letters back to my tribe. Through your service. Anyone can walk mail, but I trust the Kurganhofen have done well by the tribe, and I see no reason to use inferior services.
You want to give it to a Kurganhofen?
Yeah.
Sure.
Good luck stealing a letter from one of these people. Go ahead and try.
There are 2 here. One of them will step up. It is a larger masculine Kurganhofen. He'll take off his helmet. I'm heading back home, and it is not that far from where we live. I could take it for you for the right price.
I don't got the letters with me at the moment. I'd be giving it to you probably in the morrow morning, first thing if you're heading out soonish. But what kind of damage are we talking?
I'll still be here. For a letter going that far, it is out of his way a little bit, but I mean it's not that big a deal. And you're here with another. I don't know. You're in good standing. We'll call 5 silver. That's a good amount.
I'll take a 5 silver.
Whatever you bring the letters, just simply pay me.
Yep, and I'll also put a letter introduction for you to the chief. Let them know that you're carrying official paper, so the tribesmen don't give you much guff, and there might be more work. I can't guarantee nothing, but tribe always needs people. Evidently. I gesture over to Temo.
It sounds fair to me. He'll look at Temo. Greetings, sister.
Greetings. It's nice to see another in the armor. Of course, this is the guild hall, but still don't run into many of you out there on the road. Many of us out there on the road.
We'll say you even know him. His name is Goran.
Goran, it is good to see you, actually. Didn't recognize you there for a second. It has been a while.
It has been a long time, yes. We seem to always miss each other. How have you been?
I've been good. This mission so far has been easier than expected. Still a lot of fun, but going quite well.
I'll trust you haven't been asked to do anything dishonorable. He'll look at the Drac. But he's like smiling, like he's not trying to be mean or anything.
I smile right back.
Laugh. I laugh in response to that. That's funny. But I just say He's more. He's got better words than any of us. I mean, half the time, a lot of these encounters, I would rather settle it over a Hoffentafel, but he just talks his way through it.
How strange. He'll look at you again, Hazar.
It's been an easy job, like I said.
I guess that's a good quality to have in a diplomat. But yes, it is good to see you. If I can do anything for you, or if you just want to talk about good old times and grab a drink, just let me know. I will be here, and he'll give you a salute. He also pays deference to you as well, Hazar.
Yeah, I tip my hat at him.
The beast folk of Raven are usually pretty respectful of everyone. It's just part of their culture.
Especially if we're paying them properly.
Especially if you're paying them, but yeah, they're usually pretty nice. But yeah, do you guys have any other business here? Do you want to talk to any of the other residents here? Or would you like to head on? I can let you think about it, and I can switch over to Cedric.
The short of it for me is that all the business I had was done here. I just knew we needed. It's been a bit since Tim had a chance to check with the guild house because this is like the last big town we've been at since like since we started. Like I don't think we've been in this big town since we set out.
Vampire, that's not English. You're just screwing with me now. You did it in the Gothic chat, in the Gothic words, but I don't think any of those are English words. I think he's just screwing with me. They're just screwing with me. Yes. Wait, what did you say, Corbinian? Sorry.
I was just commenting that the last big town we've been in, like we haven't been in a guild hall since before our characters even came into camera. Like the last time.
Yeah, this is the first time you guys have been in a big city. Very first time. In game. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's up, Were Rats? Welcome. But yeah, so Cedric.
Yo.
What are you doing? You're following.
Yeah, I'm gonna. There's probably not. I mean, I don't know. Is there a point of contact here for my people as well?
Yeah, actually. So it's funny you say that. I actually did have something planned here. As you're following Wilfred, you'll be walking by an alleyway, and you'll see out of the corner of your eye just a dwarf standing there.
I was going to be looking for it.
Oh, so you'll look to your left.
Now that my friends think I'm going to do this, part of us is to not bring in outsiders to this secret society. So I sort of shook one tail. No one's watching me. Now it's time to look around for dwarves.
Oh, I've been Game Master power-upped.
Or stone. I'm looking for shadow, stone, or dwarves when I come across this young fella.
Thank you for the resubscribe. Been here watching, waiting, and scheming for a whole year. Plotting, planning, scheming. Absolutely. Fucking love it. Love the Skaven chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be walking past an alleyway. You'll look to the left, and you'll just see a dwarf standing in the dark.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I go that way.
And he's watching you, yeah. You walk down the alleyway. And he'll step back as you approach into the shadows.
Boom, I'm going to also vanish into the shadow and stone.
Yeah, you guys will just, like, kind of disappear.
One of those things whenever the camera's watching us and then, like, a horse cart goes by and then we're both gone.
Cedric, you have brought much death since we last spoke.
All of it justified, necessary to bring balance amongst all things. Ooh. I do regret to inform you there is death, unjustified we have found. We've come across an undead body being shipped here to these shores. We also came across people who were killed west by a troll Definitely not their time. People who likely didn't deserve what came their way.
You're talking about the
What
giant?
can I do? Yeah. What can I do to bring things back to the scales?
Yes. The unjustified deaths must be met with swift vengeance. There are those here, this town, that traffic the dead.
Yes, I figured in a place like this, with so many people and so much money, corruption couldn't be far behind. Surely there are those here who deserve to sleep with the shadows and stone.
You will find those that dwell in the dark, and you shall bury them in it. This is essentially him telling you to go after those people.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna grab whatever list or whatever there is to go after those people. And it's probably a list that, because of this brotherhood, that I probably only read in pitch black. You know, you can only read it at dark, in dark, complete darkness. And then you can see the names written in some kind of super dark black writing, because it's so edgelordy. It's fucking dope.
Sure, he'll give you, there'll be a name written on there. I don't have it written down yet, though, so.
That's cool, man. I don't need it. You need it.
Yeah, I need it. But you'll see a name, and you don't know who this person is. You have no information.
Cool. I will go back and continue doing what I was doing before. That way nobody suspects a thing.
The dwarf will look at you for the first time, and you'll see his stone eye staring at you. And he'll say, "Stay in the shadows," and he'll disappear.
Let the stone guide you.
Yeah, you guys will say your pleasantries, and you shall part ways. Where are you actually going now?
Now I'm gonna go to the Silver Serpent and scope it out to see if they keep their money somewhere that's just asking to be taken.
Absolutely. You'll start heading to a nicer part of town. The ground is pretty solid here. It might even be built on a stone foundation.
I like that.
Sticking out of the middle of the lake. There'll be cobblestone roads. It's definitely, you can tell when you step into this new area.
It has low-key been bothering me that at any point in time I could fall through the floor and drown to death. So I'm glad that I'm walking on stone again.
You are walking on stone again, yeah. It must be a relief for you. I like that. Yeah, and you will head on in this way. The shops get nicer, the buildings get nicer, the people get fancier the further in you go. You notice as you're walking through the city, all three of you, in your separate areas, it's a very diverse place. There are humans of all different nationalities here. There are also, you see for the first time, probably elves out here. There are also halflings, not really any dwarves. Dwarves don't really come out here. Lots of your people, Temo. As you know, you've seen them.
Demons, you know.
And you even see you'll even see some other Drac here. And probably some orcs. So like it's most of the races are here. It's pretty diverse. Melting pot.
It's probably the major, I guess this is the major trade hub for the East.
It is because all the waterways from every country do come here, so you can pretty much get here from any place. But yeah, so you will walk into this nicer area, and eventually you will come upon a brick and wood building, very beautiful. It has like bushes in a little like garden spot that they like rooted out of the stone. They like brought dirt here, I guess. There's lots of plants in this building. It's very beautiful. Stained glass windows. And a sign hanging there with a silver serpent.
All right, I need to start my scoping this place out mission. And you know what? I might end up staying here now that I know that there's stone ground over here. No one told me that there was going to be stone ground.
There's stone ground here.
That's changed everything. You know what? Maybe I could stay in the basement at no charge if I sneak in there and they don't see me.
This building is pretty large. It is 3 stories because you can build taller on the stone, and it's pretty broad. You fit a few hundred people down there if you pack them. If you packed them in, it wouldn't be comfortable. Comfortable occupancy of the tavern room would probably be about 60. And then they probably have, if you had to guess, between 10 and 20 rooms, depending on how big they are. Maybe more on the higher floors. But yeah, it's hard to tell. Do you go in? How do you scope this place out?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go through, like, the back cellar door, if that's an option. I'm going to take the
Give me a sneak check.
Baldur's Gate entrance.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Baldur's Gate 3. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I rolled a 12 with 4 stunt points. I'm feeling okay about this.
As long as it isn't always online.
You'll sneak into the back door, and you'll quickly hide. You think you're in a storage room, but somebody's in there when you go in. And you'll dart behind a shelf, and they come around and look. They're like, what the hell? And they'll, like, open the door. They'll look outside. Like, they heard you, but, like, it was close. So I'm like, they notice the sound, but they don't see you. They look outside.
I'll use that moment to go ahead and sneak on through. I don't think this is where they're keeping their cash. This looks more like a storage room to me.
It's a storage room. You'll notice a lot of casks of alcohol in here. You might notice some of them are dwarven. Yeah. And you'll sneak on through to the front room. The first was the charm of making from the movie Excalibur. The second was the 7 words of power. Oh, you guys are talking about something. I imagine the deep bevel of the eye socket.
All of Vamp's different typings weren't random letters. They were all different bits from different movies.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, I actually recognize Clout 2, Barda, Nifta. That's the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Evil Dead one, right? Yeah.
Evil Dead, yeah. Army of Darkness.
Whatever.
Sorry for being a cultured person.
Whatever. Whatever. You take your culture and you can go to Canada. No, I'm just kidding.
Can't go there. I'm already there.
I think that's exactly what they did.
I can't go there because I'm not a suck ass. No, I'm just I'm just kidding. All right.
That's what Toronto's for.
So you sneak through the cellar. You come out into the kitchens. There are people back there working. There's several halflings back here cooking, but you also see some humans. It's mostly those two things, though.
In the kitchen, couple of halflings, couple of humans. They keep their cash in the kitchen? Nah, they don't keep their cash in the kitchen. They probably keep it behind the bar in a little lockbox.
Wait, what? They stuff all their coins in the cookie jar.
I'm gonna go ahead and slip out of the kitchen and try to slip behind the bar. And I'm hoping that the person who's gone downstairs is the person who's supposed to be behind the bar, so I don't walk right into somebody. So
you'll sneak out of the kitchen. It's right next to the bar, which is towards the back of the building. There's like a large bar. You'll see like a sort of a front desk area further away towards the front door, but there is this bar. There are people behind it. There are several people behind it. And once you walk out here, you'll see a couple of the blue-dyed leather jerkins of the Shoal guards. They are here.
Shit.
They're not doing anything. They're just, like, you can tell that they work here, that they stand guard here. They have positions here. But you'll see lots of people here. There are fancy people. You'll see Wilfred sitting with Gus, like, by the fire, sipping what you assume is brandy and eating some sort of stew with bread. and he seems
Damn,
he
that
seems
looks
very
good.
happy. He seems
Yeah,
very
that
happy.
bread looks good too. Yeah,
It does. It
yeah.
does look very good.
I haven't found what I'm looking for, but I think at this point I have exhausted my options as far as this is a fully populated building and it may not be the time to do it.
It is fully populated. Yeah, this place is fully populated. It's guarded. They do have money
But
here.
It probably is time to join Wilfred for a meal on him, and then I'll go back and meet up with my friends later.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I do want to. There he is. Here's me. Oh, there he is. Hey.
Ah, Cedric.
Whoa.
You decided to
That
come
looks
check
good.
it out after all. Come have some.
I think I will. And I'll pull up a chair. You don't need to invite me twice.
I think they have something else you might enjoy. He calls over the one of the waiters, and they'll bring you a dwarven ale.
Whoa, I had no idea that they had dwarven ale here. That's crazy.
I know, right? But you guys will share a meal and bond.
Hell yeah.
You other two,
Romance flag activated.
romance flag activated. The two of you are leaving the guild house, I believe.
I believe so.
What interests you?
Did you want to go to the Naughty Salmon and put down some silver for a couple nights?
God damn, I forgot that's what it's called.
You did this to yourself.
Right, it's Naughty Salmon.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just funny.
Of course, you'd be fine with naughty salmon, but yeah, no, we can hit up the naughty salmon and get some rooms settled in, get some food. I gotta get some ink and quill, get some letters writing.
Then, yeah, maybe we hit the markets first because I could use some more supplies
Yeah.
for a head.
Oh, do you want some of my rations? I got some of that dried fish stuff from the market, so I got a lot of it. I got way more than I thought I was going to, so.
I will take those, or some of those, whatever you're willing to part with.
I will hand you 3.
Just so it's explained, Morgus is going to. I shall come and find you at the Naughty Salmon later.
I'm sure you will.
He's gonna creep away.
I keep forgetting he's with us.
Yeah.
And every time he shows up, I feel like, you know, when someone says, I had that feeling of someone walking over my grave? I feel like he's the grave that's walking over me. You know?
He's a creepy dude. I feel like he walks like he's like, do the creep. Do the creep.
It's like, it's funny until you actually watch him do it, and you're like, does he
Fair.
like walk everywhere like that?
There's a lot about that character that's upsetting, and that's how I know that my brother made him, because we're brothers. There's something wrong with us. Hey, yeah, he's gonna slink off. He's gonna go do his own thing. But you want to enter the market, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You'll head to the center of town. There is, once you start getting past the buildings, it's all pretty middle of the range apartments, and there's a few artisans here and there. Some, like a bakery, there's stuff like that all around. But then you'll get to a distinct, like, all the buildings stop. There's no more buildings. There's like a large area carved out, and in the middle it's just full of a mixture of tents and permanent buildings that are all just kind of popped up in there. A lot of bright colors. You can hear just the sound of all these people talking. You can hear people shouting about their wares. You can hear people auctioning things. There's a lot going on. You see people bumping into each other. Some people bump into you as soon as you get there. They'll just start walking into people.
I'm gonna actually have like a hand over, like gripping my coin pouch the whole time. Like I'm not gonna have it hanging loose while I'm in a crowded market like this.
It's probably a good call.
Because I was born low class enough to know this is where pickpockets love to rob a rich.
Oh, this is
like me.
absolutely where the pickpockets are. 100%. Yeah,
I'm
there are thieves in this city. I actually meant to warn you with Wilfred. We'll say in hindsight, you'll have a memory of him saying this. when you go to the bazaar, just make sure to gird your purse, as there are thieves in these seas. And he'll disappear again from your memory. So, if you put two halflings together, do they make a fullling? That's upsetting. It's upsetting. I don't like that.
That's not upsetting. That's great.
I don't like that. I don't know,
But if
because
you-
it's not a human. It still wouldn't make a human-sized person. It would make something that's wrong, and I don't like it.
It would make a folding.
I don't know what that looks like, and it's creepy.
And if you
out.
roast them, they're fingerlings.
Nah. Like potatoes. Oh, I see it. I see where you put that. Wilfred, as played by Nicolas Cage. All right. Anyways, you enter the bazaar. All kinds of stuff being sold here. You're looking for specifically parchment ink, right?
Looking for ink and paper.
Ink and paper. Pretty easy to find ink and paper. It'll be being sold by a. It'll be a. We'll say you'll come to a booth run by a elf. There's all kinds of leather-bound journals, inks, quills, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of writing supplies. It's like a stationery store, but he also has like books that he's selling. Oh, hi. How may I be of assistance to you today?
Good day.
Elves always sound like they're kind of high.
Good day. I am looking for some parchment and some ink for letter writing.
Excellent. There you go. He'll offer you what he thinks you can afford, which might be insulting.
Does he sell it market at like regular cost, or is he trying to overcharge me?
He's definitely going to try to overcharge you. Yeah.
Well, I'll try to haggle with the Dukes on it.
Go ahead and haggle with him.
I
Yeah.
have to.
Give me that bargain check.
Communication.
Prices are negotiable in the bazaar.
13 isn't great, but it's not terrible.
Do you have the market price pulled up?
I do, yeah.
What is it?
For a vial of black ink, which is what I'd be using, it'd be 20 copper, and for each sheet of paper, it'd be like 3 copper.
How many do you want?
How many towns have we been in? Actually, let me make my life easy and just call it 10 pages. So 30 copper plus 20 copper, so I'm probably spending 50 copper or 5 silver. Is what if it was straight market price.
He's going to try and charge you damn near double. He's going to say he's going to call it 10. 10
Call it a full gold.
10 silver. For the finest quality that I have to offer here. And he'll like, he's smiling. Like, he seems pleasant enough, but he is definitely grifting you.
Yeah. Well, so let's get that settled down. If you can grab that and collect it, that'd be wonderful. Do you have any books on infernal gems by chance?
He'll look at you strangely at the request. I can't say that I do. Those texts would be rather rare. Most of these books that I have for sale are from my ancestral homeland or first editions of various texts from around the area, but nothing of the esoteric or the occult, no.
Would you happen to know of anyone? I might consider it a fine enough favor for an envoy of the Nagami tribe.
Communication again.
Yeah. Persuasion now. Yeah. The only reason that doesn't suck is because my communication's so high. 12. God, that's terrible for envoy.
That's not one of those things you have a reroll for, is it?
Only if I'm talking to a group. One-on-one things I can't do. I can make a crowd do stuff. I can't make one person do stuff.
Man.
So I'm not a diplomat. I'm a rabble rouser with my stat block, but you know.
I mean, it's not a terrible roll. Like, 12 is okay. And it's not like you're asking him for secrets.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I could help you out if you were a paying customer, and he'll put his hand out. essentially asking you to not negotiate the price and to give him the gold. He knows he's grifting you. You know he's grifting you.
I'll give him a damn gold.
He'll take the whole gold. He'll put it. He'll just he'll disappear it in his hand with his dexterity, and yes, you were gonna want to head. He'll start giving you directions to head into the center of the bazaar.
Hell. I already paid him for the damn stuff. You got a quill?
That was included. He put it.
Oh, good. He better have for that much freaking.
Yeah, he ripped you out, man. It's great.
And a quill.
What was I looking at here? That's right. Yeah, you're gonna want to head into the center. There is a gnome by the name of Wendell.
No. Wendell. Center of Bazaar. City. Town. Esoteric books. Your services and assistance are greatly appreciated. Thank you kindly.
Come back anytime.
So we're walking away to wherever
He
Temo
smiles
has to go.
at you, and then he'll lock eyes with Temo, and his smile disappears in the rudest way, and then he turns away. Because you're a mercenary, he's just you're the help. I'm not going to waste my smile on you. But he'll turn away. As you head into the deeper into the bazaar to go search for this Wendell, the bookkeeper, that's where we're going to call tonight's game. I had fun. I hope you did too. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been Fantasy Age 2nd Edition from Green Ronin Publishing. If you want to also play these games, go ahead and go to greenroninstore.com and use discount code FreshOutTheBox at checkout. All one word. Get 5% off. Help the channel out. All that good stuff. I have been the board game guru and game master extraordinaire, I hope, Johananan.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm the co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. That's where we talk about movies, streaming shows, and video games. A new episode comes out every Wednesday, and I believe we're up to episode 94 or 95, because we be doing it. So check out Fresh Out the Podcast if you want to hear things. If you don't like things and you do like tabletop role-playing games, good news for you. We'll be here every Thursday and Friday playing games, talking about games, or painting minis. So come hang out with Jahan and I and our friends at twitch.tv/Jahananan or Fresh Out the Box TTRPG. I think that's our YouTube. See you guys later. Thanks so much.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, a variety video game and tabletop role-playing game Twitch streamer. And you can see me doing stuff here on Twitch under Corbinian. You can also find me at ElectricMattCHSR on Twitter with various links. And from there, you can see what I'm up to, what I'm looking into, and what I'm interested in. And I'm also currently running a Saturday game with Traveler 5, some adventures in the far future. And that is going to be, hopefully, nothing bad will happen. Everything will go well, and the players will not screw themselves over in any way. And there may be other stuff in the future for tabletop, but we'll see how that goes. But if you want to find out, check me out.
I am Aaron Bombier, game designer with Adventure Sling Productions. We have 6 days left on our New of Arden Kickstarter, or our New of Arden crowdfund. Whether or not it succeeds, though, we are still working on it, still going to produce it within probably the next 8 months. That's our deadline. So check it out, though. Go to adventuresling.com. Check out what the stuff is there. You can look at New of Arden. You can play an early version of the rule set, get an idea of what's been cooking. Check out the crowdfund while it's up. See how it's been going. Maybe take a peek at some of the videos we've done of gameplay or some of the Adventure Sling podcast episodes we've put out there. Otherwise, thank you all very much for watching tonight, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks everyone for watching. Stay fresh.